All right, welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. What a crazy day we actually had in the market today, because at some point Bitcoin even reached as high as something like $70,000, only for it to come down to something like $66,000 and stuff like that. Now, this volatility is at the backdrop that the United States government is actually moving the Bitcoin that they own, right? I mean, this is a lot of Bitcoin, right? How much is this one? 29,700 BTC is being moved, and later on they split the thing into two different wallets. So I really don't know if this is a power move to try and show Donald Trump that, you know what, your plan is not going to go through, or maybe, just maybe, they want to be holding them in two different wallets for safety reasons. Really, nobody knows. But because of what happened earlier this month with the German government, when the market actually saw something like this, the market got spooked a little bit, and we saw BTC dropping. But I will say this though, right, whatever is going to be happening, even if they want to go ahead and sell all this BTC into the market, right, the worst case scenario, the Bitcoin price will drop down 10%, JASMY will drop maybe 25%. But other than that, yes, we are still looking for something like 54 cents here to happen for the JASMY price. That we are looking at 100K plus for Bitcoin. We are even looking at something like $1.20 if everything really goes well for the JASMY price. So immediate short term, okay, let the market crash 25%. Really doesn't change anything when it comes to the grander perspective that we are looking forward to here. And also, if you have been paying attention actually to what has been happening with the ETFs and stuff like that, it's so much clear that there's a wealth transfer that is actually going on right here. These big banks, I'm telling you, they are accumulating a lot of Bitcoin. You know what they will do? They're going to come back and try to sell you all that Bitcoin when Bitcoin is now, let's say, at $300,000, right? And obviously people will be willing to buy because, you know, reasons, right? But I will say this, you don't have to be part of the people who are going to be sold Bitcoin at $300,000 or maybe $1 million or something like that. Not necessary. You could actually be making much more Bitcoin without even holding Bitcoin. What really am I talking about? I'm talking about something called JASMY here, in which we have seen that, I mean, JASMY has already outperformed Bitcoin, and I think it will continue to do that, right? From the very bottom of the bear market, JASMY at some point even managed to reach something like, you know, a 16x, and in the same period BTC only managed something like a 4 or 5x, right? So it's very much clear that you could actually be making more Bitcoin just by holding JASMY, and that's actually one strategy that I use. Sometimes when I make a lot on JASMY, meaning the trades that we do in the Patreon and stuff like that, I usually consider like taking some of the profits and just putting it into Bitcoin, because it's really going to be a very solid asset in the future, right? But at the same time, I can also be using JASMY to accumulate much more Bitcoin, right? I'm really talking a lot today. Maybe I should actually be pivoting back to the JASMY price chart here, and let's see what the price is doing immediate short term here, because we really have been focused on what the moving average has been doing, especially the 50 daily moving average by there. But before we get right into the content, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for JASMY content will now be able to find this video much more easily. If you're new to the channel, I will tell you this, we are probably the best JASMY community, right? Probably joking, we are still 3,000 of us. But if you're new to the channel, I want to kindly ask you to subscribe. Really, it helps me a lot, like just in terms of motivation, obviously. But at the same time, I do TA on JASMY and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis, right? Let me not run my mouth too much here, and let's quickly get back to the daily time frame, in which we are seeing that, look, we broke this downtrend here, and then we had a huge push. I mean, this was a nice gold candle. Now, what really are we expecting for JASMY to do here? Remember, we have really been talking big about the 50 daily moving average. Let me go ahead and clear this. So what we see here is, yeah, even in the past, whenever we have broken the 50 daily moving average, it really has been normal for the JASMY price to come back and backtest this whole thing. I was explaining this to Patreon members, I think like 2 days ago, when we had the huge break, saying that, look, we don't need to get into the trade just yet. We still need to see much more confirmation. So for me, of course, seeing the JASMY price pulling back here is not even a surprise. I mean, we really were talking about these things already. And then we are also seeing pretty much the same thing happening here. Let's say here, 11th of February 2024, you have a huge breakout right there, but still you managed to backtest the 50 daily moving average before you confirm that, look, you're ready to go. I mean, it was pretty much the same thing here as well on the 24th of October 2023. So I mean, whatever is happening with the JASMY price chart here, still very much normal. And I will be crossing my fingers here to say that, look, when we get close to this 50 daily moving average, right around 3 cents, or maybe we can say 2.9 cents, should things really get a little bit worse than I'm anticipating here, there will be a support level there. So let me just go ahead and try to map out what I'm trying to say here. We'll see the price dropping down a little bit, right? Touch that 50 daily moving average, maybe spend 1-2 days right around that level, boom, we are off to the races one more time. In terms of price targets, we are still targeting this inverse head and shoulders pattern, which we are clearly seeing here. That, let me just draw that nice and easy, right? We have got this left shoulder here, we've got the head, and then we also have got the right shoulder here. So once we touch the 50 daily moving average, and we also, remember, want to see the RSI trending above 60. Once we have these two conditions satisfied, we are good to go. The technical target here being measured from the top of the hair to the neckline, we are looking at it something like 64% rise here on the JASMY price advice. So that is going to be cool. I think it's something that is very much possible. We are looking at something like 4.2 cents or something like that. So if we eventually have a move like this on JASMY, that is really going to be opening some floodgates here, and really, because this level, obviously something like 5 cents is a technical level, at the same time is also very much a psychological level. But should JASMY clear this level here, I think we could see a huge rise. Remember, we are targeting something like 54 cents. We have been comparing JASMY to what we have seen with a velo price that I probably won't be able to show you that today because really I've just talked so much. But still, I think that the bottom line here is that we need to see the JASMY prices pulling back to that 50 daily moving average one more time. Obviously this week is going to be volatile because we also have got the Fed meeting, and in anticipation of that, we will see price going up, down, like in both directions. It's really going to be crazy, but I don't think we have to lose focus on what the JASMY price is doing. We already know the game plan, but yeah, the market is pricing in something like a 90% chance that rates will be cut when we get to something like September. That is perceived bullish for the market. I happen to think differently, but still, if the general market is expecting it to be bullish, there are some things which become like self-fulfilling prophecies in this market, right? If everybody all of a sudden believes that this will happen, likely it will happen. And stress this one more time, yes, we're going to be having like a very volatile week, but we will need to be focusing on the 50-day moving average here on JASMY to see what we're going to be doing with our short-term trades. Obviously, if you're interested in trading and even one-on-one guidance with me, you can feel free to join the Patreon. These are some of the trades that we have been taking. I mean, this one is actually very new, slightly in profit right at this point, the JASMY. I mean, we closed the JASMY. This was a short position, which was this one right there. I mean, I even made a course for Patreon members. If you are Patreon members, you've got early access to this course here. There are, of course, a lot of things happening. This is not your general page. I really try my best to make sure that you guys get the best value out of your money, right? So obviously, just remember, none of what I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't be buying or selling anything because of anything I say, all right? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll have to see you on the very next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye.